All right, Facebook down again today. I think it's lost close to 10% this week. Now, earlier you might have recalled Mark Zuckerberg had said in an interview that we have not seen a meaningful number of people deleting their Facebook accounts. There's no way to verify that one way or the other, but the market seems to be doing a lot of the work for those who are disgruntled about what's going on right there. We are also hearing that Zuckerberg is willing and open to testifying on Capitol Hill, talking to attorneys general from around the country. I don't know if this next fellow is one of them, but he might weigh in on this and what to make of it. Ken Paxton, the Texas Attorney General. General, very good to have you. Thank you for coming.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on.
The attorneys general with whom Zuckerberg is slated to meet and do this tour where he's trying to reassure people, are you convinced that he has done enough to address this or do more to address this?
No, I'd actually love to talk to him. I'm not on his list right now. We'd certainly like to be, because I'm still concerned about the privacy of my citizens and information being used by them that shouldn't be.
Now, a lot of this stuff that came up with these 50 million users whose privacy was compromised, it's been portrayed as, oh, yeah, it was a Trump organization. Now, in fact, something similar was done and deemed a genius at the time with the Obama folks. Now, I know they're not quite similar here, but it did remind folks on both sides of the political ledger, whatever your views, that whatever you sign up to on a social media site isn't exactly a secret. Does that worry you that this is getting out of control?
Yeah, it really does worry me, because I think that people are giving out information. They're not expecting it to be used and spread around to others. And they're finding ways through technology to get even more and more information about people that they don't even know that they're exposing. So, yeah, I have concerns about that. I think there needs to be more disclosure and potentially more regulation of this area.
I don't know what the fallout would be on Texas beyond the Facebook thing, if we can just go to different subjects there. But the president has indicated that he is ready to play hardball with the Chinese and slap some tariffs on them. That gets people nervous about trade wars going, and your Texas economy, of course, that's been booming. That this could have a direct effect on you guys. Are you worried?
No, you know what? I'm not surprised. And the president campaigned on all of this. That he's always been worried about unfair trade practices. We are very much a free trade state. We trade with all kinds of countries, including Mexico and others. But when we're dealing with unfair trade practices like we've seen with China, and there obviously has been an investigation by the administration of this, where they're stealing intellectual property, where they're forcing companies to align with Chinese companies and disclose important technological information, and then having Chinese companies or Chinese government buying our companies. It's a concern for us in Texas that we have fair trade as well.
Switching gears, so much going on. I'm glad to have you. I'm asking you to weigh in on all of this. The Mueller investigation and the president's personal lawyer stepping down. The markets originally interpreted that, General, as a sign, oh, something's wrong there, and then they since calmed down a little bit, but they're antsy about this. Various thoughts as to whether this means that the Mueller investigation is going to drag on a while, looking into his business, the Trump Organization, business activities prior to the election. Where do you see this going?
So, you know, it's always hard to tell, because obviously the president has had other people in his administration leave. This is not unusual. Lawyers get at odds sometimes with their clients. It's hard to know just from one lawyer stepping down what that means for Trump's future, and it's hard to know how that affects the whole probe.
Any new bomber revelations you have from this guy who was obviously a mystery to a lot of people? They had no idea that he was going to do what he did. Any new developments on that case, or whether there were others working with him?
Well, fortunately, you know, obviously we're grateful that horrific event is over and that he's gone. It's really remarkable so far. You know, they're talking to roommates, they're talking to family members. They've looked at some of the things he's posted on websites. There's really no explanation so far, and obviously he's deceased, so it's hard to interview him. Right now we have nothing else other than that he was by himself, and we don't really have an explanation for why he did it.
Ken Paxton, Texas Attorney General. Thank you, sir. Sorry to throw so much at you there. You handle it all.
No problem. Have a great. Yeah, thanks.